A good tree does not bear rotten fruit, nor does a rotten tree bear good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For people do not pick figs from thorn bushes, nor do they gather grapes from brambles. A good person out of the store of goodness in his heart produces good, but an evil person out of a store of evil produces evil. For from the fullness of the heart the mouth speaks. Why do you call me, Lord, Lord, but not do what I command? I will show you what someone is like who comes to me, listens to my words, and acts on them. That one is like a man building a house, who dug deeply and laid the foundation on rock. When the flood came, the river burst against that house, but could not shake it, because it had been well built. But the one who listens and does not act is like a person who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the river burst against it, it was collapsed at once and was completely destroyed. There is a real secret to making a good gin and tonic. And it takes a lot of knowledge, and it's something that you have to learn, especially when you're a seminarian, because so many priests like good gin and tonics. And oftentimes, the first step that we might try to take to make a good gin and tonic is to go out to the liquor store and spend an obscene amount on some very expensive gin, thinking that if we get this very special fancy gin that's from a very local, tiny producer with some botanicals in there that we've never even heard of, that once we get that fancy gin, we'll make the great gin and tonic. But gin is but only the smallest part of the gin and tonic. The part that takes up the most of it, the ice cubes and the tonic. If your house is like probably most of our houses in this area, and not having the best of tap water that comes out, because it being much too hard and everything else like that, and you wouldn't even maybe drink the tap water in your house, and you probably drink maybe the bottled water, or you get the big Poland Spring cooler thing, then why do you think that if your ice cubes are made from that same water that you wouldn't drink, that it would make that gin and tonic any good? That if you were to hide and disguise something in a new form, that which is not good to begin with could become good. It cannot. Just because you use the best of gin and you come and you get the most expensive and fanciest of gins, if the ice cubes come from bad water, they will remain bad ice cubes. And if that tonic you use is a tonic that's been sitting in the back of the fridge for the past 3 months from the last time someone came by and you made that gin and tonic, it has lost its fizz. It will not have any of that carbon dioxide and the bubbles that it needs. And which one among you would go and say, let me go and have a flat Diet Coke, please? And so too the same in our lives. If we allow our lives to become flat, to allow that tonic to no longer have that energy, that joy, that love, and that life, so too will our gin and tonic fail. So yes, we can come here to church, and we can add into our lives that wonderful gin, that wonderfulness that we know as our Lord Jesus Christ, body, blood, soul, divinity here in the Eucharist. But that's only a small part. The big part is that which is the ice cubes and the tonic. So let your life not be lived flat. Let your life be effervescent. A life that shares in joy and in love. A life that radiates beyond yourself, and just like when you can smell a bubbly drink from afar as the bubbles burst and they go into the air, let the love that you live in your hearts continue to be like that, to burst and to share and to fill a room with that joy. And let the ice cubes, that which is your solid foundation, be one that is good, one that you enjoy, whether it be in the form of a solid, a liquid, a gaseous state, let it be that which comes from good. For good brings about good, but evil and bad continues to remain in that bad. And then all of a sudden you'll have learned the secrets to that best gin and tonic. One that is founded with good ice cubes, an effervescent tonic, and of course, the most delicious of gins.